This is Dave Life with Dave Life TV. Here are the results of this week's DLTV survey on the Amber Guyger Botham Jean trial. By the way, I'd like to say thank you to everyone that responded. The most viewers that we had was on average about 80 viewers, 87 to 80 viewers. And of responses, we got about 20 responses. So about a quarter of the people that viewed the survey actually responded. So thank you to all my lifers, all my followers who did respond, and those that viewed and left comments. Do you agree with the 10-year sentence with eligibility for parole in 5 years of Amber Guyger? Overwhelmingly, 96% said no. What helped Amber Guyger get the lighter sentence the most? White privilege or blue privilege? Surprisingly, most people said white privilege, even though I suspect that police privilege also had a lot to do with it. If Amber Guyger were a black woman, would her sentence be more than or the same or less than the 10 years that she got as a white woman? 100% of respondents said that her sentence would be more than 10 years if she were black. Would Amber Guyger's sentence be more than or the same or less than the 10 years if she was a white man? A large percentage, 82% overwhelmingly said that her sentence would be less if she was a white male. So that means that most respondents believe that white females are treated harsher than white males in the legal system. Would Amber Guyger's sentence be more than or the same / less than 10 years if she was a black man? Again, unanimously, 100% of respondents said she would get more than 10 years if she was a black man. Do you believe Amber Guyger's tears were honest remorse, regret, or just fear of going to jail? Overwhelmingly, 91% believe she was just afraid to go to jail. Nobody was feeling those crocodile tears. Did you know that a jury sentenced Amber Guyger and not the judge? 68%, about 2/3 of the people knew that the jury actually determined the sentencing, not the judge. If you were in Brandt Jean's position, could you also forgive the murderer, if ever? If you remember, Brandt Jean is Botham Jean's brother. 78% of the people, over 3/4 of the people said, no, I hope they rot in hell. And only 22% said, yes, I could forgive. Whew, that's harsh, y'all. Is forgiving / loving your enemy or someone that hurt you a sign of great strength or of Stockholm Syndrome / slave mentality? Now, this was a little more than half of the people believe that it's a symbol of Stockholm Syndrome or the slave mentality. And about 42% believe that forgiveness is a sign of strength. The tide is kind of turning in America, you guys, when it comes to, I guess, Christian ideas and ideology. I don't know what that means for this nation. Was Botham Jean's murder intentional by Amber Guyger or a tragic accident? 1/4 of the people said it's a tragic accident. 3/4 said, hell no, that was intentional. Was Judge Tammy Kemp being too soft by allowing the castle doctrine, which is like stand your ground, and sudden passion as defenses for Amber Guyger? 100% of the people said yes, she was being too soft. Was Brandt Jean wrong for hugging Amber Guyger before they took her to prison? Well, 1/3 of the people said no, but about 2/3 says yes, he was wrong. He shouldn't have hugged her. Was Judge Kemp wrong for hugging, praying for, and giving a Bible to Amber Guyger before they took her to prison? 3/4 of the people said yes, the judge was wrong. 1/4 said nah, she was within her bounds. I know she was evangelizing, but there's a time and place, and there's even a protest saying that what she did could have been seen as some sort of coercion or maybe be a mistrial. But that was put up by a group that's against having God in the nation. So they want to keep church and state separate. So I don't know if that's going to really work. Did you know a black woman was sentenced to a minimum of 20 years in prison for firing a warning shot in Florida, while Amber Guyger faced a minimum of 5 years and got 10? 81% of the people said yes, they heard about that. That was Marissa Alexander. She faced 20 years for shooting a warning shot at her husband during a domestic violence event. Not shooting him, but only a warning shot. And she was given the minimum of 20 years in Florida for discharging a firearm. Unreal. Did you also know that Marissa Alexander was finally released after serving 3 years when her conviction was overturned when a judge ruled that the jury had been given incorrect instructions? Alexander eventually struck a deal with the state, pleading guilty to three felony charges of aggravated assault, and only served 3 years. Only 2/3 of the people, only 1/3 of the people knew about this. 2/3 of the people, like myself, didn't know that she actually got out. So you got to research when we see these memes about things that's going on. There was thank God, a happy ending. She didn't serve 20 years.